do I do for fun? I'm actually pretty boring. When it comes to the stuff that I do, it's mostly jiu-jitsu centered. I don't even like vacations because I get bummed out that I can't train. Aside from this women's clothing thing on the weekends, that's really not that big a deal, and I don't really see why people even have to bring it up on the internet. Jerks mostly. But aside from that, I like baseball a lot. I've played baseball my whole life, so I still follow that, and just trying to run the school. And man, this is depressing. I don't do anything but jiu-jitsu. I just realized that I do jiu-jitsu, sleep, and then when I'm not training for the Pan Ams or the Worlds or Abu Dhabi, eat a lot of food and get as fat as possible.
Nice.
The school's going great right now. I'm feeling really lucky. We've been very, very fortunate so far. We've had, this past week we had Felipe Costa, and he's two-time black belt world champion, is my coach. Michele Nicolini, she's a female black belt world champion. She's actually the best girl I've ever trained with by like a good stretch, and I've trained with some other girls that are very good. But that was really awesome to have her around. With Dan Simler, who's Renzo Gracie, or Matt Serra black belt rather. All kinds of people coming through the gym all the time. So it's been going great. It's in Arlington, Virginia, and it's called 50/50 Jiu-Jitsu, and it's www.5050bjj.com. And basically, the idea behind the school is obviously, we're trying to have as good training as possible, and still have a laid-back kind of cool environment. It's pretty low-key. And anybody from anywhere is welcome to come in and train anytime they want. So if you do have any interest in dropping by to train with me and or anybody else who happens to be in at the time, please just give a call, come on down. It'd be awesome to meet and or train with you.
All right.
When it comes to basically, it's very, very important. I feel like I was fortunate early on to understand exactly what I wanted to do, and I was in a position where I was able to set my life up in a way where I could potentially try to achieve it. And obviously I'm nowhere near where I wanted to be yet. But the idea is, when it comes to training, first off, compete as much as possible. If you want to get good at jiu-jitsu, you must put yourself in a situation where you're forced to learn, because every now and then, everyone has this tendency, and it's going to only happen more and more and more the better you get. You're going to think, oh man, I'm pretty good. And that's the worst thing that can cross your mind, because it is simultaneously the thing that will make you a tough competitor, and also the thing that will destroy you as a competitor, or your progression in jiu-jitsu, because you'll start thinking that you really know what you're doing, when in reality you don't. I've thought many times, like, oh man, I got this down, and then I come across someone who is far and away better than me, and I'm like, oh no, don't have this down at all. And you have to put yourself in a situation where you can learn. So that means, when you're in class, unless you're hurt, train hard, seek out the toughest training partners in the gym. Don't even, why are you even doing jiu-jitsu? Why are you going to put your body through this kind of strain, if you're going to not take it seriously, man? Go take up tennis, you'll walk better when you're 45. So, train with the best people in the gym, use the resources that you have. Ask your coach questions, ask other people's coaches questions. Just be friendly to people. If you're friendly to people, they generally want to help you out, and they generally will. And you can learn all kinds of stuff. I know I've learned all kinds of things just from some, random, really, really good black belt, or even a blue belt or a purple belt, or anyone, just, deciding that they would kind of share with me something that they come up with, and it's really neat, and I know that I've had the opportunity to learn. When it comes to winning competitively, at the top level, the reality is this: particularly, it's going to get even more true over the next, 10, 15, however many years. You can't do it half-assed. It's the days, I think, where you can kind of be like, oh yeah, I train jiu-jitsu 3-4 times a week, and I'm just going to be a good athlete and beat everybody up, or coming to a rapid end, at anything other than maybe blue belt. And you're going to notice that you're really going to have to kind of set your life up for it. But no matter what you're doing, even if you can't dedicate all your time and effort and energy to improving in a sport that generally will not pay you back tons and tons and tons of money, at least yet, but hopefully in the future. You really do have to try to use the resources around you and force yourself to learn. Adults, people develop like the retard gene at like age 17, where they think that there's something. Like, don't do that, please. I know that I do it every now and then. And, the big thing is just put yourself in a situation to learn, and you can't help but improve. Your brain works like that. It'll just do it on its own, as long as you don't sabotage yourself. I want to thank just basically Vince/Bear from shoyoroll, for letting me do this interview. And just today I actually stopped by the shoyoroll design studio. I got to train with Albert Hughes, who's awesome, brown belt from Genesis Jiu-Jitsu in Texas. Got to train with Sonny Nahara, This is even what's been open for 3 weeks now, 4 weeks.
Yeah, officially a couple days.
Officially a couple of days, and you've already got like JT Torres is here, Jim Harbison, just an unbelievable number of really really good people are already coming through here. So just for setting this up and giving me the opportunity to train, I want to thank you Vince. I want to thank all my students for believing in me and actually showing up at my school and giving me the opportunity to come out here and train and compete and try to teach them stuff and kind of makes me want to be as good as I can for them. Felipe Costa, guys, check out www.brazilianblackbelt.com. That's all one word. Felipe Costa is my coach, and he does a lot of stuff. He's a great instructor, and I've learned a ton from him. And just listening to his story is really something that that's pretty inspiring. Because again, he was a guy who's been able to be black belt world champion twice. And medaled plenty of times. And he'll tell you himself he wasn't a superstar on the way up in the belts. And it's a really kind of an inspiring story, and he's a great guy. So I definitely want to give a shout out to him. Other than that, just like I said, watch this year. The Mets are going to be good, and then they're gonna blow it. And I'm gonna probably stay home for a couple of days and drink myself, into stupor to try to forget about it. And then I'll become a Yankees fan and then deny that I was a Mets fan until next year, and then I'll be a born again Mets fan. But other than that, just guys, come on down. 50-50 Jiu-Jitsu, Arlington, Virginia. Anytime you guys want, just give a call, and it'd be great to train with any of you guys. Hope to meet you.
All right, thanks for your time.
No problem.